Okay, can you undo your camera, and then we're going to say your name, where you're from, and tell us what's happened with the X39. There you are.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Laurie Rouse. I'm up in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. I wish I was down there, but I'm up here. It's so weird. I think I manifested this week because I left my doctor appointment and I called my sponsor, Gail, and I said, I want to do a testimony. And she said, well, you need to get online and you need to do this. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then here we are last minute. I get this call and I'm a fill-in. So bear with me. This was not pre-planned, but anyways, just to get to my story, last year I was in a car accident in July. I broke my foot and it was related to two small bones called sesamoid bones on the bottom of your foot. The only real treatment they could do for me, they put me in a boot for 4 weeks and I went through 4 months worth of physical therapy only to have my physical therapist fire me. And the reason being was that I was not improving enough to where insurance was going to continue to cover it. So they cut me loose. January, I went back to my foot specialist. He took x-rays, no improvement. If anything was worse, and deemed my bones necrotic, which meant dying. Typically in this situation, you live with it, or you can have the bones removed. At that time, he didn't want to do that. In addition to the physical therapy, I went through acupuncture, laser treatments, nothing. In February, I had been scheduled for a second opinion, which took me 2 months to get into. The middle of February, I was 1 week into wearing the patch, maybe 10 days. I went in, second doctor takes x-rays. He said, I don't understand why they could have even missed this. You clearly are not healed. You do have a break. You need surgery. You need joint surgery, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do this. But throughout this entire period, I was sequestered to a tennis shoe. And my physical therapist said, Laurie, you're never going to wear heels again. Very unlikely. So as soon as I left the second opinion, I drove right over to the physical therapist because she referred me to him. And I said, this is what he told me. I don't want to do this. And I said, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but I have to show you something. And I pull out my patch and I said, this is what I'm doing. And I don't know if it's going to help. I think it might already be helping. And I'm thinking I'm crazy, right? And she said, 1 minute. So she leaves, she goes to her office, she gets her business card. She said, I want you to keep me updated on this. I said, seriously? And she said, yes. She said, is this red light therapy? And I said, no. So fast forward this week, I have a follow-up appointment with the original specialist. I walk in and the girl says, how are you doing? I said, I'm doing great. She said, you're doing great? I said, I'm doing great. She said, okay. She said, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm wearing this little patch. And I proceed to tell her that it's activated by my own body heat. And I am doing self-care right now, self-healing through photolight therapy that's regenerating my stem cells. She said, what? And she said, what is this called? So she goes over to the computer. She starts looking up LifeWave. And she's like, this is really interesting. So the doctor comes in, we take x-rays. The doctor comes in and he rolls over to my foot and he said, wow, there's no swelling. I said, no. He said, how does it feel? I said, well, I challenge you to find pain right now. And he said, really? And he said, what have you been doing? I said, I've been wearing this patch. And I tell him the story all over again. So he rolls over to the x-ray machine or the screen, and I see him swipe it like I don't know if he didn't think it was mine. He's looking at it. He's looking at the old one. He pulls up July. He pulls up January. He's looking at today, and he turns around and he goes, what are you doing? It was almost like he didn't listen to the first thing I said. So I went through it again, and he's like, this is remarkable. And I said, what do you mean? He said, your bone is fused. He said, you have blood flow in your foot. I said, I believe it. He said, no, this is truly remarkable. He said, can you put me in touch with a direct rep? And I said, you're looking at her. And he said, really? I said, yes. I said, I am so beyond excited right now. I just got back from an 8-day vacation. I wore a heel every day, and I was told I'd never be in a heel. And he said, so you're out of the tennis shoe? I said, yes, I am. And he said, it's truly remarkable. He said, I want to understand the technology better. He said, what do I need to do? I said, well, I'll tell you what, I don't have time carved out. You don't have time carved out for me today. I am going to send you a video on the doctor panel, and then I am going to send you this is it info and .com, the website. I said, once you have reviewed this, I said, call me. We'll set up a quick call and we're going to figure out a business plan for you. He said, I have dozens of people that could benefit from this. I said, listen, my boyfriend was like, yeah, right. He wore it on his Achilles tendon that he's 55 and plays basketball like a kid 3 days a week. He's had amazing help. My girlfriend just sprained her ankle. The stories are crazy, but mine was, I don't know that I'm going to bring somebody to tears today, but if I don't excite you over a structural improvement like this in a 60-day time frame, which I felt, and I say this and I felt crazy to say it, but I felt it in 2 weeks. So I am very loyal to this patch, and I could high five a traffic light. I'm so excited, and I feel like I sound crazy, but I'm telling you, everyone who's listening to me right now, this is the real deal. This is it, and it should be called This Is It, because it is. And I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm thrilled to tell my story. It's amazing.
Thank you, Laurie, so much. Amazing. What a great story. And here you're going to sponsor the doctor.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
I had a traumatic brain injury 4 years ago. I fell off a ladder. Couldn't see, couldn't do anything. I had to see a neuropsychologist. He does brain mapping. The topography map that you just showed is what he does. And that's how he helped me. I was in the red and the orange. He does his treatment and helped me get to blue and green again. He was absolutely fascinated by this. So I went through the same thing with him. He's doing the same thing. He has his own guinea pig right now that he's working with. So I'm very excited.
Awesome. You got great things happening. We're so excited. See, hey, the product does work, and that is why we named our system This Is It, because this is it, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for popping on real quick.
You're
welcome.
What a
blessing. What a great testimony. What a great